How everybody doing today? I never really got a chance to properly introduce myself. Today I feel like it was the best day to do it since I have a okay amount of followers, and I appreciate everybody for subscribing and helping me and reacting. I really appreciate y'all. I will pour my energy into these videos just as much y'all pour into me and watch and really support me. I appreciate that. And I noticed that a lot of you carry that shadow effect, that mirror, and a lot of us have been having a hard time in relationships, having a hard time dealing with friends and family because we show them the parts of they self that they refuse to recognize or work on. And I was very intrigued to know that I created the Shadow Tribe, and a lot of you really resonate with the name because a lot of you carry that shadow mirror effect. And to see that a lot of you have been in some sort of situationship with a narcissist or an avoidant, I was like, wow, this is real. So a lot of you are very divine. A lot of you are very magnetic. And they always say we attract who we are, and that's not true. We attract everything. We attract everything, and we are placed on this earth to help awaken the people that are asleep and the broken. And the universe sort of kind of put us in these people's lives, and they also show us parts about ourselves that we haven't all the way integrated. So I want to talk about how the empath meets an avoidant, because I understand a lot of us have came in contact with an avoidant attachment style, and it is very hard. It hurts very bad because it's like the universe put you all together, and most of the time they seek you out. They've been watching you. They were very intrigued by you, by your light, and you give these people a chance, and the connection was very beautiful in the beginning. It was very magnetic. It was very just something different. And you felt that it was something different, even though in along the relationship you kind of seen the red flags, and you seen how jittery and jumpy and how their nervous system was working. But we kind of swept things under the rug because we felt like, we can help them and heal them and be there for them, because that's who we are. We love to just help someone. We hate to see somebody in pain. We hate to see somebody really going through things, and they open up to us and they tell us about what they've been through, and they have been through a lot. And sometimes we make the mistake of also sharing what we've been through. And in the relationship or situationship, whatever it was, they noticed that we could see them, see the spirit that's within them notice that the spirit within us can see them. That's why they are constantly walking on eggshells around us. That's why they constantly are triggered by any little thing that we did, them not being able to read us. It was probably times where they couldn't read you and they got disappointed and mad, and they anytime that it was quiet, they would get upset and they would bother you when it was very quiet. It's like they always wanted your attention. They always wanted to be up under you. And of course, you was okay with that because some of us, we like that affection. We want to be held. We want to be loved. We still carry certain wounds that we didn't all the way heal from. So they are placed in our lives to show us the places and the wounds that we didn't integrate all the way. So there are moments where you could see the micro expressions in certain things that they overreact to, and we just look and we like, really? And they were like trauma dumping onto us. Their anxiety was very bad, and during times they was intimate with us, they were basically being intimate to trauma dump on us. It wasn't because of course they crave love, they crave intimacy, they crave it deeply, but they have been through such a traumatic childhood that they created this survival and this protection, and it carried them all the way to adulthood. And most of these people be empaths. Some of these people have narcissistic parents. You know what I'm saying? And they sort of kind of pick up certain manipulation tactics, but they don't mean to hurt us out of being spiteful. This is just their survival tactic too, because they feel like you're coming to smother them or control them, and they simply they ask you, they want to be in a relationship, and they are very much sort of kind of love bombing you, and they ask you, it's like they really want to be in a relationship, but the moment you give them what they ask for, the moment you show your true emotions and you pour into them, you kind of scare them and you touch a part of their soul that nobody else could touch. So it kind of makes us feel some type of way that they were in these past relationships that they was able to be in, but then when it comes to us, they up and run. They can't speak to us, and anytime that we text, they will text us because they are afraid of losing something so different and genuine and valuable, because they know that you are different. They know that you are valuable. They know inside of their heart, they feel like they don't deserve you. They feel like they cannot meet your standards, and any expectations from them, it makes them run. It makes their nervous system go on autopilot and they on go. They on go. They are constantly anxious, wondering what you thinking. They are constantly feeling like something bad is finna happen. And that is like the worst type of relationship to be in, the worst type of love, because the spiritual contract that we initiate by being intimate with these people, it is very strong. That cord is very strong, and it is hard to release that cord. But you're not really going to get nothing else from them, because you are a mirror. You are that shadow effect, and you trigger deep wounds that is inside of them, and they don't know how to react to that. You show them parts of their self that they have always been running from their entire life. You know, they even got lost in the illusion, in the person that they created for themselves. So some of us probably shattered their illusion, and we told them that we can see them for who they truly are. And they are very terrified of that. Yes. They are very terrified of you seeing who they actually are, because deep within them, they are insecure. They don't feel like they can measure up to you. And you could be in the worst stages of your life. You could probably not even have much, but they see something in you that is so divine. They spirit and their soul can see everything that they're not. The trauma, that you bring out of them, and everything about you, everything that you speak, your entire existence activates them. And that's what you're doing. You're activating them. And they can only heal if you keep your distance. You cannot pour out your heart to them. You cannot tell them how you feel, because it overwhelms them. They cannot take that. They run. And like I say, it's not something that they do on purpose. Some of them, they like being victims. They don't know how to step out of that victim role. And like I say, they actually want to love. They want to be in that relationship. They crave it deeply. But it's like they like this. I can't get it. And it very much overwhelms them, because the childhood that they grew up, they didn't receive the love and the attention, and a lot of things was probably dismissed, and they got in trouble for speaking up and being who they are. So they created this survival mechanism. So there are times where you've probably been overwhelmed, and you kind of shrink yourself around them, because you start to notice the patterns of them waking up, maybe bitter, and they're always just in this place where they are stressing, and their family or friends or family is stressing them out because they are the black sheep of the family. Most of them are empaths that became trapped in trauma, and you may have seeing that things that you do trigger them, and they are very sensitive, and they break down, and they kind of shut down very fast. So you kind of shrunk who you were just to make them feel comfortable, and you sacrificed your peace and your integrity just to be comfortable, just for comfortability, because this illusion that they created, far as them really wanting to love you, which they in some way they do want to love you, but they can't, because you are very powerful. You came into their lives to really activate them and heal them by just existing. And some of us may feel like, this is a gift and a curse. And it's like, why me? And the things that we go through, we go through the worst. And it's like we cannot be in a normal relationship. That is because that is not who we are. That is not what we signed up for before we came down here. We are really activated. We are really that shadow that show people who they are. And you kind of really was shrinking yourself to make them feel comfortable. And the moment that you became it's like you became overwhelmed, and it was a build-up, because they will keep creating the smallest things, because they are always trying to read you. And when you don't show no reactions, when they are looking for your reactions, and you can see it from the periphery of where you are, you can see that they are looking. If something happens or something is said, they will look at you. They will look for your reactions, and you will be able to see it, and you won't even flinch. And that bothers them. So it was a time where you just blew up. You know what I'm saying? You might blew up, and you probably just gave it to them. You told them exactly who they were, and you shattered their illusion. And when you did that, some of them pushed you away and told them that, you were crazy and get out. And they probably ran and left and did everything to get out of your presence, because they've always knew that you were different. You touched a part of their soul that no one else on the face of this planet could do. So you will always be that special, no matter how much they avoid you, no matter how much they act like they don't care, and they blame things on you by telling you you were too cold and you are too mean, you were demonic. But see, they have to blame it on somebody else, because they cannot accept the accountability that they were the reason that they wasn't able to sustain a relationship that was meant to heal them. They know that you are somebody that came into their life to heal them. And some people want to be stuck in that place. They want to be victims for the rest of their life. So by you being so powerful, they have to put the blame on you. And you know, they're gonna do anything to keep their minds off you, but there's always that quiet moment. There's always times where they have to think, and they will think about you. You will always be that ghost that haunts their brain for the rest of their days on this earth. They will never be able to find someone that touched the parts of them that you touched, because you made them feel safe. You made their nervous system calm down. But they fear being seen for who they are. That's why they ran. So they will be okay with these shallow situationships or relationships of people that won't be able to see their illusion, the mask that they carry. They will be okay with that. But a part of them won't. A part of them craves something so deep, but they don't know how to receive it. So even though they will distract themselves by talking to other people and they will never be able to fill in that dark hole, that wound, the parts that you touched. They're gonna always subconsciously compare, and it's gonna drive them insane. And that is the only way they could heal. Now, I'm gonna say this. Every time that they put you on no talk, they go silent, they run, they do everything to just get out of your presence. Because, like I say, you overwhelm them. Their nervous system is on go because they know that you are able to see them. You have that mirror effect that is so potent, that is so just thunder. And they have to heal that. And if you are constantly chasing them, constantly trying to pour your soul, your emotions out to them, you're going to keep giving them reasons to stay avoidant, because that's all they are looking for. They are looking for just that feeling, that validation. That's all they need from you. Every time they sense emotion in the text message, in anything that you do, you give them the okay to run, because that's all they need. But if you don't react, because every time they text you, every time they come through your phone, you know, your heart start beating, and you get back to that point where you thought you was healed, and you wasn't reaching out to them. You was just letting them go on about their life. But every time they sense you sort of kind of like moving on, they will pop back up and they want that validation. And when you give them that validation, you give them the okay to go back silent, to run. They want to string you along. They want to, it's horrible, guys. It's the worst feeling in the world to have, to feel like you found someone and then the universe snatched it up. You know, because these people are avoidants, and they didn't tell you that this is one of their mechanisms. And You feel some type of way because they telling you about all the relationships they were in and how long it was. It was 10 years and this, but they wasn't able to do it with you. And it makes you feel some type of way. But you have to know that you were so powerful. You were that one person that struck so much love, so much genuine care, thunder inside of them, that it made them fear you. It made them fear you so bad. You are an empath. You are something so divine. And this is the mission that the Most High has given you. Yes, it is very tough. It hurts because we go from different fractured souls, narcissists, demons. Our whole entire life is just, it hurts. But the only way that you're going to be helping them is by letting them face that darkness on their own. Do not validate, because they are only reaching for what makes them feel good, what calms their nervous system. They're not reaching for you because they want to make the relationship work, because they want to they're not. They don't know how. They are scared. But if you take a step back and you really go on your healing journey from them, and you don't give them no emotional reactions, you do not pour into them, you are mirroring them. You are making them face who they truly are and what they have given up. And if they truly, deeply want true love and they want to be with you, they will do the work. They will do the work. See, people want to always be a victim for the rest of their life. You know, it's like they want to live in that space. They don't want to take the accountability that, you know, because they're not horrible people, but that's a horrible experience for an empath, because we crave intimacy, we crave love, we crave that compassion. So, and once you understand who you are as whatever mirror, shadow empath that you are, you have to know the power that you carry. So if you open up these doors for these fractured souls, you are doing that to yourself. So you have to take some form of responsibility too. Now, the Most High put you in their view to heal them, but not to become attached to them. Not to fall in love because you know that something is not right with them. You've been on this journey long enough. You have been on different experiences to know who you are. And this is just a road that we had to take to heal the things that's within in us too. Because we still crave, we still have wounds, we still go through things. but you must heal. You must put yourself first. Who wants to be tied down to an avoidant? To someone that's just play with your emotions and your heart. Don't nobody want to go through that. That is terrible. It hurts so bad because you want to pour out your soul. You want to tell them what they need to hear, but they are not receiving it. They are running from it. So the only thing, the best thing you could do is leave them alone. Let them go on their journey. Let them figure it out. Because you are going to be someone that they will never be able to let go in their soul. You're going to always be somebody that haunts them because you touched something that they have never felt before. Ever. So they're going to watch you. They're going to watch you. And they're going to watch you. They're going to come back every time they feel your energy pulling away from them. And it's not because they want to be in a relationship. It's not because they love you and they miss you. And if you love me, then do the work. Heal. I'm not that important for you to do the work. Well, it's basically forget that love then. Because it's not real. You just stringing me along. You using me. Because you don't want to do the work. You have been around them. They are very intelligent. They are very smart people. But the way their minds are wired when it comes to love is on a whole nother scale. And we must heal. We must learn from this. So anytime we encounter more beings, more fractured souls, because you are going to attract more fractured souls. This is your journey. This is who you are. So you must be prepared. You must be ready at all times. All types of demons, they notice your light. They notice you. So you must understand that you've encountered an avoidant. Someone that is deeply hurt, deep trauma that they mask, deep pain. And it's not something that they do maliciously or they just want to see you. No, they have to protect themselves. That's how they feel. Even when they trying to make it seem like you were the reason. You are the cause of the relationship because you were so cold and you were so mean and you were so this and you were so that. That is their way of protecting their heart. They don't want to take accountability. They fear. They don't want to face the fact that they were the reason that the relationship did not work. So, like I say, just let them go, y'all. It's not worth it. It's not worth your peace. And if they truly heal, you will know. You will know if they truly heal. And that's the only way that an avoidant can show you that they truly, truly love you. It's them doing the work. Stop being a little baby. even though this is how their minds are wired, but it's possible to heal. They just don't want to do the work. They fear. The fear overpowers everything. And they have to do the work, y'all. You will be in a continuous loop with these people if you don't let them go. They were initiations. This was divine. You are placed here to awaken people. This is what's going on. So you must embody who you are and heal and do everything so you could heal people the correct way. As much as you are healing yourself in every step in this journey that you take. Because it is a tough journey. Yes, it is. To not have a lot of friends and you're not going to have barely no friends. If you are a Heyoka or someone, you're not going to have no friends. Maybe one. And even they are suspects. Because you carry a deep shadow effect, a deep mirror effect that goes unnoticed. It's impossible. So I want to thank everybody again for subscribing, for supporting, for watching my videos. I really, truly appreciate it. And I also have, videos that are only for my memberships, for my true shadow tribe that pours into me and help me out, because I'm not afraid to ask for help, because I too struggle. Life isn't easy for a Heyoka. It's not. It's not easy for an empath at all, no matter what type of empath you are. It's not easy. So I ask you to just donate a few dollars just to, be a special member so you can see exclusive videos. And like I say, I appreciate y'all, and I hope everybody really take this video and heal and get over them people, because yes, it hurts. But this is your time, empath. Dark empath. This is your time, chosen one. You are the one. You are here to awaken humanity.